Hi guys, welcome back. I'm doing another DayZ standalone video. I wasn't planning to, but I was playing. It's the first time playing since the last update, and I'm in this house and I just heard some footsteps quite close outside. So I thought I would stick record on and show you guys what happened. So it's about, all happens about over an hour and a half of gameplay, an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. And of course I've edited it down to just show you what happened on my trips. So basically my screen is grey. Whenever I logged in, it was just after server restart and I was on the coast surrounded by zombies. And I ended up having a few boxing matches with zombies and lost quite a bit of blood. Used up 2 bandages from my shirt, couldn't find any more, but I nearly died, but a friendly German guy stopped and bandaged me. And I've just come sort of north of Otmail now, and I've been searching for food in this town. I finally found some food. I've seen there's some new stuff. This right here is I think it's like a beer or some sort of fermented drink, fermented alcoholic drink. It must have been put in the last patch, but that's kind of cool. You'll also see there on my screen there is I'm pretty sure that's new, the new symbol for when your character's full. And here we have a can of Pepsi, so that's new as well. So I'm pretty sure that these guys, whoever it is around this building, they're still here. There's still a few footsteps come here now. They come quite close actually. It sounds as if they're sort of just out the back of the building I'm sitting in. So I figure it's probably best maybe just get the axe out and sit and watch the door, see if they come in. Like I say, I don't want to be standing looking out a window and somebody come in the door behind me. So you'll also notice this video is all in first person because it was on a hardcore server, which is no third person on it, which I think it changes the game completely. I think, you know, because you can't use third person to look over fences and behind walls. So to actually see out of the building, you have to go and look out a window, whereas before you could sort of stand beside the wall and your camera would swing round outside it. So I'm going to go check these windows, see if I can spot any of those, whoever was making those footsteps. Yeah, the first person just adds so much more to the game. It really does improve it. Well, I think anyway. So we got a guy just running across the road there into that house. So I know there's definitely one person about here. I can't remember the name of this town I'm in, but it is just east of Godlovo. So it's sort of out in its own. It's a handy wee town to loot. I've already looted most of it, and as you can see from my inventory there, it didn't get much. But I'm going to go, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do whenever I meet up with this guy, because I've only got an axe, and he definitely had some kind of weapon on his back, whether it was a baseball bat or a pipe wrench. That's what it looked like. Then again, I might not have been seeing it right. It could be a Mosin or a shotgun, which I haven't seen yet, but I believe there is a double-barreled shotgun in it now. And you can find a hatchet, not a hatchet, a hacksaw, and you can make a little sawn-off shotgun, which is cool. So tracking people in first person, I mean, first person changes everything about this. You can't just, let's say, use your alt and swing your camera around, looking around corners and over the tops of bushes. I mean, it really sort of adds a massive layer of realism to the game. So I'm just being careful as to see where this guy's got to. One thing, the most important thing about tracking somebody is trying to think, where they going next, because there he is. There he's run across that field. So I knew he'd come up here, because the direction I first seen him running. I'm guessing these two houses. He's searching them, and he's going. There's a barn up here. So you really sort of have to know what's around you to track someone successfully, especially in first person. There's a zombie running down after him, so just use all the hints that you can get. If a door is open, you know somebody's been there. If it's just after a server restart like this, all the doors are closed for me, so if I see open doors, I'm 90% sure it's going to be this guy has went and opened them. So the zombie ran into the barn, so it actually went in the side door, so I know he's definitely went in the barn. So I'm going to have a bit of time to run over and hopefully get a peek in one of the windows at the top here, and that should give me a good view down the whole barn and see if I can spot this guy. And I would like to get this guy stopped, maybe have a little chat to him, if I can. Hopefully try and take a blood bag from him. I mean, my blood is so low, I would be willing to risk putting the wrong type of blood. I don't know what my blood type is. There he is, running at the back here. And he's still getting followed by that zombie. So I know he's not going to have a great weapon. I mean, if it's a melee weapon he has, it's not going to be fantastic, or else he would if you have a fire axe, you just smack a zombie. And this zombie is now aggroed onto me. So I seen him, he's running off down the field down there. Hopefully he hasn't noticed that the zombie has stopped chasing him. You just gotta, I mean, I'm really open here. I didn't really expect him to run back into town. That's quite close to where I was when I first seen him. I know he ran straight past my building. But again, I'm not going to keep on going on about the first person, but it's another thing is whenever you look over your shoulder, you can't see everything behind you. You can just see what is over your left or your right shoulder. So there's a good chance he hasn't spotted me, but I mean, these trees would be a perfect place for him to spring a little ambush on me. You can see I'm pretty cautious. I don't want to run past him and have him come out and punch me in the back of the head, basically. So he could be in the trees here. I'm just not sure where he's heading. Because the east coast is off to your left there. Not much over at the east coast of that, but I'll take you out sort of near Solinchny factory. There's a couple of houses on the other side of town, so maybe he just didn't find what he's looking for. He's just going to check those houses. There's a water pump over there, so he could be going for the well. but at this point I sort of don't know exactly, where he's run off to. I've got a feeling he's went down into that valley on the other side of the road there. So I'm going to go check that out. Nobody would spend that long in that little petrol station. So I'm going to try not to spend too much time up on top of here looking for him, because I'm pretty much completely open. I've got a couple of bushes, but if you're down the hill from me or on the other side of that of the valley looking up, I'll be easily spotted. So those are the houses just after the right there, across that bright field that he could have went over to loot. I'll say that's where the water pump is over there too. Yeah, it looks like he was over at the water pump, for there he is running across the field on the other side of the hill there. So the hunt is back on. I am just going to try and follow this guy and wait for a real opportune moment to go up and get him to surrender. I mean, I've never got anybody to surrender without having a weapon before, but there's no reason why I can't make him think that I have a weapon. If I just stand behind a wall and make him think I'm armed. Maybe even make him think that I'm just one of a couple of guys who are surrounding him. But again, I'm just going to wait for the moment to present itself. I'm not going to rush it, because lots of guys will just run up the. He's running up that road there. Lots of guys will just run up, and it sort of doesn't leave much room for a varied interaction. And if you just run up to somebody, the way I see it, two things are going to happen. You're going to have a chat, have a nice day, maybe trade a bit of food and water, or you're going to start smacking each other with your fists or your axe or whatever you happen to have. Which is why I'm sort of keeping my axe out here, just in case he does, he has spotted me. But he should, I think I've seen him go into this house. Either went into this house or went round the side. But the third person I'd be able to see in that window, but because I'm not tall enough I can't. So, let's speed the video up here, because I look about for him a bit here, but he's obviously ran off into must have ran past that house. He's ran up into these trees, or he's went off on up the road, and I've just missed it. So I obviously trying to eat and drink as much as possible, as often as possible in this, because I am trying to get a healthy status. That was sort of what I was looking forward to doing today, was just working on getting a healthy status and get that healing effect done. So I've got up the road here. There's a great wee junction between that last town and Garglovo here, where you can see the corner of that road there. It's a pretty good spot if somebody has just run up the road. But there's our friend down there, just at that little hut, just kneeling. Looks like he's eating or drinking, or maybe checking his compass or a map or something. But yeah, let's get my hatchet out again. I don't think he's going to see me up here. Hopefully my red shirt isn't sticking out too much. But there you can actually see, if you had a look there, and like beside my character, he ran off on up the road. I actually missed that, and I'm looking at that bush sort of beside the door. I'm thinking, is that him sticking sort of halfway between the shed and the bush? I'm just not too sure, because I didn't see him run on up the road, sorry, while I was playing. So I'm thinking he could be in that little shed. Maybe he's decided if he was eating or drinking, I'm thinking that he'd rather do it in the shed. And there's not much cover to get me down there. I don't want to run straight ahead of me here. from open on all sides, so I figure if I head off down the side of this hill, you know, it's a little bit more, you know, I'm open from less areas. So I know what general direction he's heading if he's not here. Well, I know he's not here now, but yeah, the hut's empty. So I know the only place to go from here is Goglovo, because on the other side of Goglovo we have Novi Sobar and then Stary Sobar. If you head north from Goglovo, there's a road leads you directly up to Gorka. Gorka's a decent enough town. But yeah, let's keep moving along. Trying to keep an eye, trying to play catch up. So this thing, if you don't know somebody's following you and you're just running, you know, I have to stop and check to see, have you stopped and hid in the bush, or you know, have I somehow managed to run past you? But I've got to go global here, and the doors are open, so I'm just going to run along the top of the fence here, or along the back gardens, checking in the windows to see if I can spot him. There's a water pump up here, so I'm thinking you maybe stopped at this water pump again, but it looks pretty clear. So maybe I've just taken too long by stopping and searching for him, and you know, just checking. But I know his general direction, so I know I can find him again. This house is really out of the way, but its door was open. He's not inside it, but you know, it's a good sign that I'm still on his trail. But he seems like the sort of person who just runs down the road. So he's probably run straight down the main road, stopped off at, you know, the town, that house. I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not just going to run straight into Novi Sobar along the main road and you get yourself killed. But here I'm at southeast Novi. I'm going to check these houses because the doors were closed, so I know he's not been here yet. I figure he's probably up in the sort of north of the town. There's a hacksaw there, so that's obviously the hacksaw you use to chop the sawn off down. Now what I'm doing here, if he only has a baseball bat, I'd rather face off against him with him having a baseball bat and not an axe like I do. So I just put that axe into my hands and I hit it in that bush. Really terrible loot spawned in these garages. I really need, you know, what I need is clothes and a backpack. You know, I've only got 8 slots of inventory. Well, you know, it's really 10 slots, including the 6 that are in the medipack. But you know, that's 6 slots that can only hold medical gear. So you know, since I last seen him, it probably has been about half an hour of gameplay time. So I'm just thinking, you know, is he still about here? I think, you know, I'm just going to maybe try and do a bit of looting myself, and see if I can get a better weapon, more clothes. Because I'm thinking, you know, he's maybe moved on from Novi. But then, just as I'm thinking that, there he is. He just pops out of the church right in front of me, you meters in front of me. And he just didn't see me at all. He just looked the wrong way. I seen he now has a Mosin, so I'm going to have to be on my toes from now on. If he does look back and spot me and I'm at a distance, he's at a massive advantage because he can just keep on running like he didn't spot me. And then once he gets behind it, the terrain line, you know, a ridge of a hill or something, you can just find a nice bush to wait for me to come over that hill. And between Novi and Stary is probably the best place to do that because there's such big open fields. But there's another water pump just behind this fence. I don't see him at it, but he could be lying in the grass around it. But no, there's no one there. I just seen a peek of it. Yeah. He could have stopped there, maybe. So I head on to the barns here, see if I can find him in here. Again, now I'm really thinking, you know, I'd really like that Mosin, but I don't fancy my chances of just going up and running at him and hoping that he doesn't see me until I'm close enough to hatchet him. Even at that point, if he just puts anything in his hands away, he can just run away far enough that he has time to take his Mosin out and shoot me. So what I think is, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run onto Starry before him, and I will I'll sit and wait for him to come into Starry and see what he does, and then maybe somewhere like the supermarket where I can maybe see in quite easily without him seeing me, and try and get him to put his weapons down. So I found a nice wee spot just above the hill here. Supermarket's down there, and there's 2 zombies in the road down there to the right, and they look like they are eating a corpse, or one of them looks like they're eating a corpse there. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. I don't see a body in the road. It could just be one of them stuck in an animation. So I'm just going to eat some food, lie up here. I'm sort of taking note of where all the zombies are, so I know if I look back and there's a zombie gone from somewhere, then it means somebody is close to that area because they've drawn that zombie off. And again, I'm sitting here for quite a while, maybe 20 minutes, and I'm still very conscious of the fact that I have very low blood and very low health, because obviously my health can't regen without my blood. So I take a chance and I run down into town. I need to get more food, and more than that, I need to get water. So there's a pond here. I also got to check out what those zombies were attacking. It was just some sort of glitch in the animation. So yeah, get a bit of food here, but I'm in a really dangerous position now because I've waited so long for them to show up, that by the time I'm down in here now, they could just be showing up. That's usually Sod's Law. That's whenever you make a move, your enemy makes the move first and you get caught out. This is probably my last video with this computer, thankfully. All I'm waiting for is my new power supply, and then I'll be building my new PC, which I'll put up, and I'll do a video and put it up on the channel here. So I'm running down towards the supermarket. It's a dodgy place to be, especially whenever there's 4 guys armed with M4s and Mosins out.
Get down on the...
Do you have any friends?
So I'm pretty pissed off with myself that I've just run right round the corner like a noob. All I've got is an axe. I'm just trying to get my health and my blood and stuff back. I suppose any of you guys would possibly maybe have a saline bag or something, or...
Sir, could you please drop the axe?
Oh yeah, sure.
You can stand up and drop, exactly. You can stand up and run up. You want?
You can come back for the axe later.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks guys.
That's okay.
So,
Have fun on your travels.
Thanks very much. See you guys later. Yep, so really pissed off with myself there. I mean, if I had just leaned that corner, there's a good chance that they wouldn't have seen me. I definitely would have spotted them. I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it, but I could have at least ran away, or I probably would have actually just started chatting to them. But yeah, I've now lost my fire axe. As I say, I've got a sliver of health left. Another hit or 2 and that will be me dead probably. The guys are nice enough, they'll leave my fire axe there. I can hopefully just swing around and get it, but I know from looking at this area there's quite a few zombies around here, which wasn't a problem whenever I had the axe, which would one hit kill them. But now that I don't have it, and I've definitely attracted some zombie attention here, I'm going to have to try and run past it, and you know, hopefully I can get it with tab by just running over the top of it. Those guys have moved on a bit, you know, they could just be in the house across the street, but I think they should be okay by just letting me come and get this. Yeah, I don't like the look of that zombie, and my light here is definitely not working for me. Oh, I'm dead. Well, I'm unconscious anyway, but that zombie is gonna eat me. So guys, look, thanks for watching. I say this is the last video on this computer. I'm going to, oh, I'm alive and I'm dead. Last video on this computer, I'm going to be doing a build video for the new computer, so you can check it out. It was supposed to be a budget, but it's sort of just probably going to end up just a little bit more than a budget computer. So look, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time.